This is March Spiral 19. Before we start on this, we're going to correct 18. Here are your answers. Pause it and correct what's there. Okay, pause it if you need to. Okay, let's take a look here. We did this one together. This one, okay, more on the floor. We need to go next door and get 10 more. So we can take one of these away and give ourselves 10. Now we have 10 minus 1 is 9. Now we have 1 minus 0, which is 1. 0 minus 9 I cannot do, but I can solve that problem. Take 1 away and give ourselves 1. 10 minus 9 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is nothing. So 118 years ago. All right, we did those two together. So for this one, this is 8,000. 20 is 2 10s, and 3 is 3 1s. So we'd put a 0 in there. Okay, so 8,023. 8,000 plus 20 plus 3. Okay? All right. 4 groups of 2. 4 groups of 4. And then the whole thing would be 4 groups of 6. 24. These two are the ones that are equal. This is not the same size as that, so there is no way that that even counts. Doesn't matter how many parts. And this is not the same size as that, so that does not count either. Okay? So this has 6 equal parts, and this has 6 equal parts. Okay? Whole number, whole number, whole number. Okay, lines of symmetry. This can only go here. That's their only choice. This has a ton of choices. You could have drawn it here, or you could have drawn it here. Or you actually could have gone even diagonally here because this part is the same size as this part. Or you could have gone diagonally here. And this part right here would be the same as that part right there. Okay, to multiply this out, 8 times 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 times 8 is 5, 6. So 56 would go like this. 56, just like when you're adding, right? You put the 1s there and you carry the 10s. But we're not going to add. We're then going to multiply. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So our answer is 126 pounds of meat for the tigers. All right, spiral 19. Estimate the sum. The sum means to add. Estimate means to round. So we're always going to round to the largest place value that we have, okay? So 9 is the boss applesauce. So 5 or more, add 1 more. So this is going to round up to 3,000. And then I want you to round that one to the nearest place value, which is the hundreds. 9 is the boss applesauce. It tells you whether to let this rest at 400 or add 1 more to 500. Put it there and add them up. Estimate the difference. Okay, difference means subtraction, right? So 4,902, 9 is the boss applesauce. You tell me whether that lets it rest at 4,000 or add 1 more to 5,000. And 0 is the boss applesauce. You tell me whether that lets it rest at 500 or add 1 more to 600. Remember to put the bigger number on top when you subtract. Super important. All right, 7 groups of 10 and 7 groups of 9 equals 7 groups of what? Okay, because obviously your 7 is going to stay the same. You have 7 groups of 10, 7 groups of 9. How many groups of 7 groups of how many do you have? Okay. Dorothy was playing a game with the Munchkins. There were 35 Munchkins, and they needed to be placed into groups of 7. How many groups were there? Okay, you can only add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So you need to use, first of all, you need to think about it and say, okay, well, are there going to be more than 35 groups, or are there going to be less than 35 groups? And do you have equal groups? So you need to think to get to the right operation on that. Okay, if you shook this die, that's singular version, you can call it dice when you have more than one, or a die when you have one. If you shook this die, what would be the chance that you would land on a number 1? Okay, so let's think about this. If I roll that die, the die, not the dice, I only have one. If I roll the die, there are 6 sides, correct? So that is my denominator, the number of sides that I have. Those are the number of possibilities that I have is 6. Out of those 6, how many are a 1? 1. So my chance of landing on 1 is 1 out of 6. Okay, I have 6 choices that die can land on, and I have only one side. It must land on that one. What are my chances on it landing on any number between 2 and 6? So that means 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So I have 5 sides. One of them is a 1, but what's the chance of it landing on anything other than 1? If it can land on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I have 5 different sides that it can land on. Again, 6 choices possible. What is the probability that I would land on a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? I have 5 out of 6 choices possible. It's a little tricky, but you just have to think of it as how many choices are there? How many different sides can it land out of how many possible? To land on a 1, it can only land on one side, the 1. That's the one that has to be facing up. To land on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, it can land on any one of 5 sides out of 6. So I have a 5/6 chance of it landing on 2 through 6. I only have a 1/6 chance of it landing on 1. Okay, you don't need to do anything more on this one. Okay, what are the 2 fractional representations below that are equal? Okay, 10/6. Now, first of all, 10/6, 6/6 is 1 whole. So 10/6 is more than 1 whole. Okay. Then you need to look on here. Okay. And you need to figure out what this is. Remember, don't count this one. Count how many spaces you have and write what would be the whole number right here. Okay, with the fraction line. The numerator and the denominator should be the same. Then figure out what that is. Then here, how many do you have total? That's your denominator. How many are shaded? That's your numerator. Okay, so whatever, this looks like a division sign, but it's not. It's my base for my fraction, okay? Which fraction line is division, right? You can remember that. So it's either whatever you write here for that one, this one, or you need to write what this fraction is right here where this x is. 2 of these out of the 3 will be equal. Andrew started his practice at the time shown on the clock. If his practice lasted 1 hour and 5 minutes, what time did he get done? Okay, so he's starting at 5:05, right? This is our hour hand, and this is our minute hand. So he's starting at 5:05, okay? It lasts for 1 hour and 5 minutes, okay? So a couple things we can do. I put this clock right at 5:05. 1 hour means it goes right back exactly to the 5, and I just move the hour hand up 1 from 5 to 6. That's 1 hour. So from 5:05 to 6:05 is 1 hour, and then I want to go 5 more minutes. So that would be 6:10, okay? I can also do this, okay? I want to add 1 hour, right? 1 hour, so that's 6:05, and then I can add my 5 minutes, 6:10, okay? I already did it for you, but that one was not an easy one. We needed some help on that. So number 7 would be 6:10. Okay, how many more tickets were sold by 3rd grade as compared to 4th grade? So here's your 3rd grade, write how many tickets that is. Here's your 4th grade, write how many tickets that is. They want to know how many more were sold by 3rd than by 4th. Of course, 3rd grade beat 4th grade because we're awesome. Okay, so basically up to here, they were tied, right? Up to here, they were tied. This amount that 3rd grade sold is the same amount that 4th grade sold. This is the extra right here. So what you want to do is you want to take the number that 3rd grade sold, and if you subtract out this amount, which is the amount 4th grade sold, then you're going to have your extra. Remember to find out the difference between 2 numbers. How many more did one sell than the other? You subtract, and you must put the big number on top. Okay, good job.